I want to turn our attention to Boeing. Of course, Boeing CEO is trying to do some damage control here. After more than a week of near silence, Dennis Muilenburg shared a video message and letter with the public after 2 deadly crashes involving Boeing 737 MAX jets. Rick, what is he saying here? Of course, we saw the headline that he spoke with Donald Trump last week, but is he apologizing? Is there any kind of recourse that we're seeing from him?
He didn't apologize exactly. I think this is a very tricky thing for Boeing because by apologizing, they would be admitting some kind of guilt.
Right.
And this is, among other things, this is a legal matter for Boeing. But he's basically saying we're paying attention, we care, we're working on some improvements to the plane. He did not provide any new details about what happened in either of these 2 crashes, or I don't think anything that has been unreported about what Boeing plans to do about it. But he, in the letter, he uses this phrase that Boeing has been using, which I find to be a very perplexing phrase, which is they keep saying, we are going to make a safe airplane even safer. Which makes you wonder, well, how do you define safe and how do you define safer? Is a safe airplane one that crashes every now and then?
Right.
Because if you can make a safe airplane safer, I mean, you get my point here. It's this sort of difficulty defining what is tolerable in terms of crashes. There's a lot going on here, and I think Boeing has a big problem on its hands that is not going to go away anytime soon.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Rick, I mean, you covered the Department of Defense, Pentagon for a long time. Can you just kind of outline what the relationship really is on that side of it? We've heard a lot about the FAA's ties with Boeing. FAA, of course, really has oversight of the aviation industry. But on the defense side, I mean, we know about General Dynamics, Lockheed Martin, these companies, but Boeing is a major defense contractor as well. Can you just outline where they sit in terms of their relationship with the Pentagon and of kind of national geopolitical strategic importance? How essential is Boeing for the U.S. economy and the U.S. political economy abroad?
Small questions.
Well,
Boeing
I think we lose sight of the forest for the trees.
Yeah,
in that case, right?
Boeing, I think, is the largest U.S. defense contractor. It's a giant company. And for Boeing, the fact that it's got the defense business and the commercial aircraft business is just a fantastic business model because the defense funding is stable funding that is pretty much recession-proof. And the commercial aircraft funding allows it to cash in on growth everywhere in the world. So Boeing builds, they build fighter jets and components, they build satellites, they build all kinds of classified stuff and, probably sensors for surveillance in space and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, they have 2 major roles. And I think they split. This company is split into basically 2 divisions, commercial and defense. And I think there's a lot of overlap in terms of technology sharing, but they have to be treated as 2 different businesses because they're totally different businesses. This is obviously, we're talking about the commercial side. And one of the, I think, most important questions that we're seeing focused on now, and this is going to be the problem for months, is did Boeing cut corners getting this aircraft certified? The biggest question is, this looks like a new aircraft.
Right.
And they supposedly made these software changes in order to make it look like an existing or a current aircraft. And there's a big difference between what you have to do to get a new aircraft certified and what you have to do to simply get a new version of an already certified aircraft into the fleet. That's what Boeing did with the 737
Just
MAX.
sneak it in.
It's called the 737 MAX for a reason, because they want to be certified as just a new version of the 737. It appears it's quite a different aircraft, though, and that's what a lot of the inquiry is going to be.
Well, we can expect
ongoing forward.
some of these questions to come, perhaps.
They're going to be. I think for sure. I think
Yeah.
we're having congressional testimony on this. I think the CEO is going to have to testify, and it's possible that this could have to be recertified as a new aircraft, which would be a big problem.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Rick, for stopping by.